After the final, there we go, had something else on. After 120 games over a couple of months and 21 game days, it has all come down to this. It is part one of week 22 of the Super Sluggers Sim League. That's the SSSL. It's the craziest baseball league on the internet, and I am your host and commentator, as I have been for all of those game days and all throughout the rest of the playoffs, Alec Rome. Folks, I'm so excited to be here. It is a testament to our community that we're still doing this. Eric Gilliam up there on YouTube. Hello, Green Bay Peyton. Welcome in. You know it's going to be an interesting one. We are splitting this game day between today and Sunday evening at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Tonight we feature a couple of games that, while not the most high stakes of them all, everybody still has a part to play here. And everybody still has reasons why they might want to win, or in some cases, for the Yoshi Eggs, for example, they might be trying to lose to keep their number one draft pick. Then on Sunday, we will play some of what we expect to be the most dramatic games at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. We'll have another three, the final three of the regular season. And then next Saturday, I think next Saturday, we will have the wild card weekend, where I cannot tell you, we won't be able to tell you what the playoffs are going to be or what the matchups will be for wild card weekend. Probably could guess who three and four are likely to be, but I couldn't tell you who number 5 is going to be. I sure as hell couldn't tell you who is going to be the last team in the playoff. We've played, we drafted teams, we've gotten all the way here, watched a bunch of computer simulated games, seen so many walk-offs. Crazy things happen. Home runs off the noses, home runs, grand slams, period, triple plays, double plays, errors, walk-offs on singles, walk-offs on homers, and we've gotten to this moment. And for some of these teams, they didn't even expect really to get to this moment, and others didn't expect to have to play seriously today. That includes the Daisy Flowers. But before I get to all that, thanks for Caden, Green Bay, Eric, everybody in there, and the YouTube. Let's take a look at the standings after 21 game days. Last week, Waluigi did get the better of Daisy, and it forced Daisy to have to play today. 12-6, they sweep the season series, but unfortunately, Waluigi's red next to him, even though he's at 10-11, the permutations that we've tried to run would require Waluigi to win probably somewhere close to a 30-run game, at least by 20, in order to even have an outside chance. I think they have to pass Diddy of anybody to have any chance of making the playoffs tonight. But even then, I just think it is so improbable that I would call it impossible. Therefore, he is not going to be in the conversation, unfortunately, tonight, but he will be in our opening game and could really mess up the Mario Fireball situation. They are probably going to be okay and probably be in the playoffs, but they are certainly going to be playing next weekend and wildcard weekend, when earlier it looked like they might still have a chance to make the first round bye. Of course, they lost to Luigi, who now is 11-10 and -1. They have the 5 spot. Somehow, some way, they have a 1-run lead over Daisy, and so their games, including the game tonight, folks, Daisy plays tonight, will be very, very important to determining what kind of opportunity Luigi's going to have, or what kind of breathing room they will have if they lose. Peach losing to Bowser Jr. did give Bowser Jr. his 10th win, but the same sort of situation runs true for them. They have to have a big win and some help against Yoshi. Wario getting shut out by Birdo didn't really make too much of a difference. We just now know who the number 1 team is. It's Birdo, and the number 2 team is Wario. And Birdo, by the way, folks, after all that, my God, would you just look at that run differential. It is fucking insane. I just looked at that. They're ahead of Mario by 51 run differential. That is crazy. Anyway, Wario second. And then it's just a whole amalgamation. Yoshi beating DK 7-0 really put a wrench into a lot of things in this league. And then Bowser losing to Diddy 7-8, and that's where we got where we are right now. And like we said, we have absolutely no clue what could happen. I put some of the kind of games we need to get out of the way to kind of have a better idea of what could happen on Sunday. But these games are still going to matter. And, of course, who knows who's going to play spoiler, as we have 2 teams that are eliminated that could play spoiler for 2 teams still trying to win. And who knows? Bowser Jr., which nobody's really out of it, because we cannot say, and Green Bay Peyton put it right, that I do know how to draft a team in this game. Luckily, I did make the league, so a little bit unfair, but I did draft 4th. I didn't even have the first pick for the non-captains, so you can't. Petey Pirati got picked. I picked King K. Rool. That was a sleeper pick, apparently. So here are tonight's games, folks. Let's start off with the 3 games that are being played tonight. Mario at 11-10, taking on Waluigi at Wario City. Of course, for all the 11-10 teams, it's very simple. Win, and you're in. In order for Mario to do that, they're going to have to beat a Waluigi side that has found some absolute magic. But unfortunately, as we said, even though they've had magic in their last few games, beating Daisy, Bowser Jr., Yoshi by a lot, Peach by 8-2 margin, and keeping it close against DK, beating Luigi in game week 16 by 12 runs. It just wasn't enough for them. We expect them to need a 20-run win plus and help, and just I don't even know. I don't think it's enough. That's why we have them eliminated. Then Daisy at 11-10 also winning their end, but the Peach Monarchs get the number 1 pick with a loss, or a Yoshi Eggs win, or a 7-run loss or less for them. So we thought that they might be on the borderline last week. Ended up losing to Bowser Jr., and so Daisy just has to take care of business. But the long ball is going to be limited for the Daisy Flowers because it's in the Ice Garden, the polo grounds of the SSSL, where we've not seen a home run all year. And so the team that hits 49 home runs, second in the league in home runs, is going to have to play a different type of baseball. Then in our final game of the night, it's Birdo at the Castle to take on Bowser. Once again, Birdo's already clinched the number 1 seed. They just want to be able to sweep the season series against Bowser. For the Bowser Monsters, win and you're in, lose and you're likely going to be okay. But the problem is you don't want to lose a 20-run game like DK did a couple weeks back, which put them in the scenario that they'll be in tomorrow. They're going to need a win, and a Daisy Flowers or Luigi Knights loss on Sunday, in order for them to make the playoff. They did beat Wario the last time. That's our second game of the night, but the first game next week is Bowser Jr. versus Yoshi. So we'll see Bowser Jr. play next week, or next Sunday, this Sunday. God, I got to get my words right. They need a big win and help, but the Yoshi Eggs will get the first pick with a big loss. So who knows what the motivations are going to be there. And then what I believe could be a play-in game is between Diddy and Luigi, the final game of the regular season on Sunday in prime time. Should be very interesting. Folks, After all that, we're going to get to our first game of the night, Mario Waluigi. But if you have been watching or you haven't been, it's a good time you showed up because we are reaching the end of the season, which means we have awards. And Miguel on his TV will probably be very thankful that I put up this QR code for you to scan right now on your phone. It's the end of the season awards. Vote for the best of the best in the Triple SL. I'm also putting the link in the chat as we speak right now. Vote, vote, vote. We'd love to have you in the conversation to see who should be the best of the best and win some of our end of the season awards. That closes on July 10th. Of course, I'll flash that up on the screen plenty of times tonight, but let us get into game number one. Mario just needing to get the victory. If they lose, they should be okay. Just don't lose by a lot against a Waluigi team who has a PD Piranha that has certainly wanted to go yard, and I'm sure we'll be trying to put on a show to maybe clinch an award or two at the end of the season. Let's look first at the Mario lineup, which has not changed from the last time that we saw them. It is going to be Andrew on the mound after 21 game days. He started off the season fairly close and in an interesting spot as the form for the end of season awards is coming into the chat right now. But then he kind of dropped off as a pitcher. But his latest numbers have him at a 5.87 ERA through 47 and 2/3 innings. Of course, the rest of this lineup is still the best batting lineup in the Triple SL, averaging 537, but it has not translated all the time to victories. They just are 11-10, and that's why they're in this position. But some of their big wins, their 20-plus run wins this year, allowed them to have the padding that they do tonight, being second in run differential. Meanwhile, let's take a look at the Waluigi Spitballs, who will play Waluigi on the mound in the final game day. They've done everything they needed to do pretty much in the second half of the season, losing a couple here and there. It really was the first half of the season where they dropped the ball, including that opening game against Diddy that I'm sure, and I've said before, they'll look back on being the moment where maybe the season just all went awry, that they really could not recover from that moment. Waluigi, though, is one of the better pitchers in the Triple SL, has a 4.02 ERA, pitched almost and actually in every single game. Nobody else in his team has pitched more than 10 games. It's been kind of a committee otherwise. Everybody has had some time on the mound for the Spitballs. They have a 6.75 team ERA, 55 and 2/3 for Waluigi. Very impressive, including 5 strikeouts. Of course, PD Piranha now inching up. I think he's now 5th in home runs with 15 homers, but still only batting .418 for that. Kind of a bit limited otherwise. He has 18 other hits in 79 at-bats that were not homers. There are your stats, your lineups. Let's get that first game loaded up right now. Of 6 in the final game week of the season. I cannot believe we made it here, folks. Somehow you've all stuck with me. I appreciate everybody. I hope, Danny, you're doing well tonight. Caden, I saw in there. Next one. I got to redo the Wii remote here. There we go. And load the save state. Pardon me. Hit the buttons just like that. I hope everybody's 4th of July was safe. Nobody blew their hand off as we already had a couple of those in Omaha. Some people drank gasoline like it was water. Some people called up their neighbors and said, that why are they having a block party when they had a permit? All these sorts of crazy things. But none crazier, of course, than the Triple SL. So here we go. Let me load this up. Let me undo that save state. Let's undo that save state. And there we go. All right. Good thing I hit the undo button. Once again, Alec almost fucked up. But I didn't. And now here's the game. Here we go in the opening game of the 22nd and final regular season week in the Triple SL. Mario's batting first, and away we go as they walk out, and Waluigi looks out on the field to take the opening pitch. Good luck to both sides. Here we go in the final game week. Andrew in the leadoff spot will fly this one out to Red Yoshi. He's had a much better time, as I said, after they moved him to the leadoff spot, but he's still only batting .305 with 1 homer and 1 other hit. That was not a single. He had 1 double, but otherwise has been a bit tough in the slugging category. Yeah, there is a remote. Funny enough, I just had to. I use a remote with the emulator. This is a quick 1-2-3 inning. Wow, that was done very quickly for Waluigi. But yes, I use a remote to set the lineups and then fix the save state and all those sorts of things. But yes, I am using the Dolphin emulator. After a half inning, Waluigi with a nice drive here. He had a home run, shockingly, and that's going to be a ground rule double. That looked like a ball that might have gotten up, but he went contact, and hey, that's a nice ground rule double for Waluigi to lead off here in the bottom of the first. Now brings up Brown Critter against Andrew. This is a hot one. That pulls fat. It's 0-1. 14 of you are watching Brown Critter sending this ball to left center field. Me and Red Toad underneath it, and Red Toad's got it to rob him of the first, but now they have a bigger fish to fry in Brown Critter. Nice grab there. Talking about Mario's season, they certainly don't want to keep losing, of course. Like I said, I do think that they're very solidly in a playoff spot because of their insane run differential, but I am just shocked at the amount of games they ended up losing in the second half of the season. Deep fly ball here to center field from Petey Piranha. It's over their head. Yes, it is. Petey Piranha with his 16th of the year gives Waluigi the lead here in the opening game. It looked deep. It was getting there, and it's gone for Petey Piranha, who has really put on quite the end of the season stretch here. Unfortunately, his team unlikely to make the playoffs, but hey, they needed a 30-run victory today or something crazy like that. It's only going to be 2 here, but they're 28 away, at least for now. Tim stepping up here with 2 out in the bottom of the first. We play 7 in the SSSL. He will fly out to Red Pianta in right, but I'm sure Waluigi wants to put a statement on the board saying, look at how close we were. Maybe we're a team next season to look out for. Of course, we'll redraft all the teams, but Waluigi has really put on quite the effort on the mound so far this year, and he is perfect through 1. Furthest game we've seen anybody go perfect is King Boo. Perfect through 4 and a loss to the Yoshi Eggs and extras. That's fouled off by Yellow Pianta, 0-2. The 0-2 delivery. Curveball inside. Up, that gets down in front of Red Yoshi there in the gap, so no perfect game. Couldn't even really ring the bells for the alert on that, but hey, at least the first inning was good. And now he faces Mario here, batting .565 this year. He's going to line into just a single out, just a line drive to Blue Yoshi there at short. Blue Yoshi, funny enough, I think 5th or 6th overall in errors this year. Yes, he was tied for 6th with Green Critter at 7 errors in the field. Yellow Yoshi. Oh, no, this was not this Blue Yoshi. Blue Yoshi for the Waluigi Spitballs is not as bad of a fielder. I mean, Blue Yoshi did get the second most putouts and assists in the league this year, but still, that's a lot of errors to be made. Blue Yoshi for the Waluigi Spitballs, only 1 error. Deep fly ball from Red Toad here at the wall, at the track. They're not going to get to it. He ties the game. Red Toad with a homer. It ties the game. They watch it go over their heads. Almost no effort to get to that ball, and we are tied at 2 here in Wario City in the final game week of the season. Red Toad, how about that homer for him? I don't think we've seen Red Toad hit a homer in a long time. His 3rd of the season, batting .586. Everybody in this team has at least 10 RBI, which not very many teams, if any, can say the same. DK might be pretty close. They're a pretty evenly balanced team. Birdo can't. They still have Gray Shy Guy at 5, but I think they're one of the only teams, not even Daisy can say, that every player on their team has 10 RBI. Ground out here 4-3 to end the inning, but they tied up here in the second with a 2-run shot from Red Toad. Big homer to tie the game. We head to the bottom here for Red Koopa, Blue Yoshi, and Purple Toad. Red Koopa has been a fairly consistent hitter. .353, not bad. It could be worse. So I think we have a Red Koopa maybe for the Diddy Monkeys. That's off the noggin, a Blue Toad. Off the noggin. That's an error for him on that effort. That looked like he should have had that all day, but he missed it And so Red Koopa is going to get a board here with nobody out. This one's on the ground, though. Should be the easy routine 4-6-3, and that's 2. Still tied 2-2 here in the bottom of the second opening game of the final regular season game week. We have 5 more games to go. 2 of them will happen tonight. That's the 6-3 in deep short. That will end the second inning. We head to the third for Andrew, who will lead off in the second time through the order for the Fireballs, trying to ensure and clinch a playoff spot tonight. Like I said, a loss, they should be okay, but that's not really how you want to end the season, going into what will be a delicate and difficult wild card weekend against some team. You know, maybe, I don't really know who they would want to face. I mean, they've lost to Luigi now twice. I don't think they want to face Luigi. They might be okay with being the 4th seed. They could face Daisy. But Daisy's kind of had their number 2 this season. They split the season series. Waluigi's starting to get tired here in the third. Not too bad of an effort. The only team, actually the Mario Fireballs, if they beat Waluigi, it would be the only team all season long they would have swept in the season series. And here's Yellow Toad with a single to put 2 on, with 1 out in the third for Yellow Pianta. I'm a bit shocked that they haven't swept the series against anybody. Oh, they did against Yoshi, pardon me. They swept against Yoshi, including that 21-0 shutout, which pretty much tolled the bell on the Eggs season, later getting eliminated with a couple of weeks to go. Here's Mario now with the bases loaded. Waluigi's going to be done. Let's see who he puts in here. It's going to be Purple Toad. Like I said, this team kind of pitches by committee. Purple Toad in for only the 5th time this year as a 7.42 ERA. Got a bases loaded jam to get out of here in the third. This one's on the ground. Down the middle. RBI for Mario. And they add to their lead, or they take the lead rather. 3-2. He's had some clutch hits this year, Mario has. And that gets down the middle. Danny Jordison on YouTube. Of course, I've been trying to read the comments a little bit. Waluigi and Green Bay Peyton said they just need 1 more pitcher to compliment him and 2 more good bats, and they should be elite. I absolutely think that they could be a playoff team next season. Red Mead down the line. That's going to get through the middle. That'll be another one, and maybe even more. Plank for the plate here from Red. Yoshi is not in time. 2 RBI single from Red Me here, 5-2. Mario taking a big step here. Arsonist Mage saying, do you think those RBI stats have more to do with individual batting or a team of contact hitters? I think it's likely just a team of contact hitters. They don't really have, in terms of home runs, they're 4th in slugging, which means they do have some extra base hits, and they are 5th in home runs with 29. So that's still, you know, you could still account home runs for some of those things, but I think their contact hitting is a main reason why their stats are as they are. It's the single you to death, Arsonist Mage. Danny saying Luigi's looking kind of scary lately. They've been putting on some very quality victories against some good teams, including beating this team, which I would say, and beating them by 12, which I would call a quality victory. Considering how we have 8 teams that are within each other. There's only, I think the max that we're going to see is this is a double play to finally end the inning. Boy, as I was talking, Mario really did put a hurt on Purple Toad, who stepped up here in the third after 2 1/3 from Waluigi. It's 6-2 as we head to the bottom of the third for Green Noki. Again, final game week of the season. She had an amazing homer in week 14, which the highlights will come out tomorrow in between game days of week 14. You'll see Green Noki's big moment this season, and of course a recap of those games. I hope to keep catching up on them, maybe put out a couple more next week and get you prepared to be caught up in time for the World Series and be able to watch every single game since then. And hopefully I can actually do some of the playoffs, but hey, it saves some content. This is going to end soon, so I might as well save a few for after the season, right? Deep fly ball, second time for Brown Critter at the wall. Red Toad looks to be underneath it and has got it in deep left there for the second out. So once again, Brown Critter is denied from a homer here, but this man was not denied earlier. Got the only score of the game, and this one is a mishole to left. Will he get this one in time? Red Toad did not get it. Once again, Petey Piranha is going to hit another homer in this game and make it 6-4 and cut the lead by half. 17th homer of the year for Petey Piranha, has really found his stride in this second half of the season. I tell you what, I think the first half of the season you couldn't have justified Petey Piranha's first pick of the non-captains, but I think in the second half of the season, a little bit too late, of course, but he has certainly justified being a first-round pick with this type of power that he's put together. He's just a little bit too inconsistent compared to a King K. Rool or a Bowser when it comes to his batting average. But he cuts the lead for the Spitballs. After 3, it's 6-4. Andrew grounds out 4-3, third time through the order now for the Fireballs. Purple Toad is still in there somehow. Again, top of the fourth. Fireballs 6-4. They just need to win to lock their spot in the playoffs. Have a shot maybe to get the third spot. I think Bowser is above them, or if not, it's pretty close. And Blue Pianta's there on first. Yes, they have a 2-run edge on Bowser. So Bowser, if they can find a way to beat Birdo tonight, of course, that's not easy, but they kept it within a couple of runs. Final score 6-3 last time. Line drive, double play, that will end the top of the fourth. But it's certainly possible that Mario holds on to their 3 seed, or that Bowser takes the 3 seed with a victory tonight against Birdo. Bottom of the fourth here. Tim is up for the Spitballs. I said lots of great games here this season in Wario City involving the Waluigi Spitballs, but some stinkers, of course. I would say in between about weeks 5 and 11, there were some stinkers in there for them. Andrew getting tired, but this is a very solid effort from him to get this sort of distance. Still letting up 4 here. 2 bombs, really, from Petey Piranha. Everybody else has kind of been held in count. Red Koopa, line drive. That should be an easy double play. Hot one over there. First 6-3 will be the second out at the bottom of the fourth. Blue Yoshi stepping up now for the Spitballs here. Again, the Spitballs are virtually eliminated, and they are certainly eliminated now. They needed to win this game by about 20 plus, and it does not look like they might even win this game. They're down 2 as we head to the 5th inning. Out of 7, it's Yellow Pianta to lead them off in the 5th. Yes, Waluigi needed a big victory tonight in order to even have a grasp, and I tell you that a 25-run victory may not have even been enough. Probably wasn't enough, because Mario would have dropped, and they still had the 42nd best league run differential with like 49. I just think that this was an impossible effort, and they needed to win a couple more games. Of course, going back to their first game of the season and, losing maybe 1 or 2 that they probably should not have lost. I think they ended up losing 1 to Diddy as well. That was very close. They got runners here on first and second for Red Me, and a deep fly ball by Red Me to right center. They're underneath it, but they are going to get it. They are going to get it. Red Yoshi robs them at the wall. What a grab by Red Yoshi. That looked like it was going to get gone for Red Me, but instead it's robbed at the track by Red Yoshi. That would have been Red Me's only 2nd homer of the season. That looked like a hot one, but instead there's one out here for Red Toad, who did have a homer for the Fireballs in this game. This one's going to be down the middle. Oh, no, grab by Blue Yoshi. He can turn it there and get the out. Advances the runners here, but makes it 2 out. That is going to be it here for Purple Toad. It was a fine effort, transitional, to get to what I would say is their closer, Red Yoshi. Red Yoshi has some great curve on his pitches. I like what he does. Red Yoshi overall, 5.65 ERA. 2nd most innings pitched on this team behind Waluigi, but he's going to let up a run here right away to Red Pianta, 7-4. Again, kind of tough when you're put in that position. Easy for a team that hits a lot of singles to do that to you. Looking down the line at the team that has hit the most singles this year. Team has hit the most singles by far. It is definitely Mario. They've hit 350 singles coming into this season. Second closest, of course, is Birdo with 307. Blue Toad's going to get Wario home, but now Red Pianta's got in a pickle, and he'll be tagged out to end the inning. Nicely done there to get that, but Blue Toad still gets the RBI, and they have a pretty solid lead now, and they can take a breath knowing that they'll likely get to 12-10 and be in the SSSL playoffs. Top half of the league gets to the playoffs. They just have to hold on here. 8-4 is the score as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Waluigi, though, you never know, especially with Petey Piranha, who has 2 homers. You just cannot count them out. That's right, Green Bay Peyton. Both of Waluigi's losses to Diddy were in the 7th inning when they had a lead. There's a 2-game swing. Waluigi could easily be 12-9 coming in to this week, and we wouldn't even be talking about them being in trouble. They would be the team safely in the playoffs. But you got to figure out how to win in this league, and it's hard to win in this league. That's why you can see that there's 4 teams at 11-10 that are in the playoffs right now. It is not easy. A lot of teams have blown leads this year. Shockingly, of course. Ball 1 here as Mario steps in after Andrew's 4 earned run effort through 4 2/3. That's pretty good. That's going to get the job done, keep the arms rested, and we'll see if he starts in the playoffs. When we hit the playoffs, folks, the start 2, sit 2 rule will still be in effect, but everybody is fully rested, so you're allowed to start the same pitcher that you started in game week 22. If you did end up starting them twice in a row, it's okay. They'll have the day's rest, so we will reset for the 6 playoff teams as Brown Critter will finally register a hit here in the 5th after getting robbed, having a couple balls just not get over the fence. But here we go in an 8-4 game. It's Petey Piranha with a chance to make it a 1-run game. He has 2 homers today, but looks at the fastball for strike 1. The 0-1 pitch is right there. Line drive is going to get up the wall. It will get off the wall, not over it. But Petey Piranha has another RBI and make it 8-5. Fireballs maintaining a lead, but they're just holding on to it for now. Will they give up their potential spot? And if Luigi wins tonight, they would have to face Luigi, who they lost both games to. In Wild Card Weekend, the brothers would face off again. I don't know if Mario wants to see that. We head to the 6th. They just get the 1 back, does Mario, but it's still 8-5. Waluigi, their dying breath here in the season, still not bad. Andrew in the top of the 6th here, 4th time around the order for the for the fireballs rather. The 0-1. That one's going to be contacted nicely, but it's a line drive to Tim here. Tim, a nominee, unfortunately, for least valuable player. And I mean that with all respect. I love Tim, and I hope he's doing well. And that's going to be, almost was an 8-6 or 8-4-3 ground out there for Blue Pianta. But Tim's ERA as a starter was one of the worst in the league. Tim only with a 12.25 ERA through 20 innings pitched in 8 games. It's just really not good enough. Letting up 35 earned runs out of his team's 138. That's the most of anybody on the team, even Waluigi, who ended up pitching more than double the innings he did. Strike 1 here on Yellow Pianta, trying to bunt, advance the runners with 1 out here. Now he's going to have to swing. And again, Red Yoshi, I really like how he has been commanding this so far. This is a high fly ball, the left center. They got to get underneath this one at the wall. Red Koopa's got it, but that should be, oh no, it's not enough for a sac fly. This could be a double play to end the inning. Oh no, Blue Yoshi, what are you doing? Threw it to the wrong bag. They had to run all the way back from 3rd to 2nd, and I think that throw could have easily gotten the runner at 2nd to end the inning. But they do not. You look at that. I mean, threw it wrong damn plate. Wrong plate, brother. Now brings Mario up with 2 out. Still an opportunity to extend the lead. If the Waluigi Spitballs want to win this game just for some bragging rights, they need to turn it around right now. Here's Blue Pianta trying to go for the plate. He is safe at the plate, 9-5. Good turn at 3rd. He probably should have been out and the inning should have been over, but instead he turns around, turns the corner, gets home just before the throw. And now they have a 4-run lead here, very much on the way to getting to the playoffs and Wild Card Weekend next weekend. And how about you add another one here for Red Me? RBI here for Red Me, make it 10-5. Red Yoshi getting tired in his final effort of the season. You got to wonder what Waluigi's strategy will be like next season, if any of these players will return. He is going to be towards the bottom of the draft order. Of course, will be probably in solid 10th after tonight, as Mario will get home on the RBI from Red Toad And here's another one of those innings for the Fireballs that they are just making a mess out of. Spitballs are in some trouble, and the Fireballs keep hitting. 2 outs, top of the 6, 11-5. Red Koopa had to step in for him. This is a pop fly. This should be the 3rd out if Tim can stay. Yep, he's got it. And so 11-5 will be the score as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Still a little bit of time left in the game for the Spitballs to bring it close. But it certainly looks like Mario is headed to the SSSL playoffs, where one team will get the first ever SSSL crown. Now bottom of the 6th here. That one's down the middle for Tim to try and keep the game alive. He'll have a single here. Tim overall as a batter, still pretty solid, honestly. I think his batting, I think that's one thing I didn't mention in the least valuable player conversation. You can take it with a grain of salt if you want. That's a line drive. It's going to be a double play. 461 with a homer. Batting .461, that is certainly not the worst among the Mies. In fact, I think he's probably in the top half of owners in that conversation with that batting average. I think he certainly improved in the second half of the season, so maybe that might keep him out of being voted least valuable player. Of course, there's some other great nominees there for least valuable players. That is going to end the 6th inning. We head to the 7th. Fireballs very much in command with a 6-run lead. And they'll see if they can add any more and get back above 50, plus maybe even 60 in the run differential to end the season. 16 of you, thank you so much for joining us here on a Friday night for baseball. We have more on Sunday, and then we're into the playoffs, folks. That's what's going to matter. That's when it gets critical. We do a wild card weekend next weekend with best of 3 series between the 3 through the 6 seeds. Nice grab by Brown Critter to get the out there. But that's going to be very interesting. Throw everything about this season out the door at that point. A brand new season. Brown Critter, though, he is unable to get that. Oh, he does. Wow, he turned that one impressively. Even with the banana. Gets Andrew in time. And so the final inning here of the Spitball season on defense could be an immaculate one if they can get out Blue Pianta. Brown Critter, it's over his head, so unfortunately can't even take that from that. But I'd say that Brown Critter's efforts this year as a defenseman were still pretty good. He did have a couple of errors, though. He had actually a lot of errors. He had 138 putouts and assists combined, but the problem was he had 10 errors, a lot of those coming in the front half of the season. That is 3rd most errors of any fielder in the league. That is bad. That's behind Paragoomba with 12 and Toadette for the Daisy Flowers with 14 recorded errors this year at shortstop. This one is going to get down, and this inning is still alive. They're trying to put some more on. Yellow Pianta gets there. Bases are going to be loaded here for Mario. Mario, I think, has only hit 1 or 2 homers this year. Counted 2. This one's on the ground. Brown Critter, of course, to grab the final out on defense is a bit of a fitting way for this Spitballs defense to walk off the field for the final time. But they could maybe come back if this section of the order decides to put up 6 runs. We have 2 more games after this, folks. You don't want to go anywhere. It's going to be Daisy at Peach. That's going to be a big one when it comes to will we see any path for some teams at the bottom to maybe teams at 10 and 11 to hop, because Daisy's been above the cut line all year. And now all of a sudden, their season could be in jeopardy with a loss tonight against Peach, which is certainly possible. Peach beating the top 2 teams in the league at least once this year. Double play, they're down to the last out. Waluigi's got to figure out something here to just send him off in a good way. This is a contact hit down the middle. It'll bring up Brown Critter for the 4th time. Arceus Mage saying Monty didn't have his heart in it. He could have gotten a few more errors. Yes, I certainly think he could have climbed that order a little bit more. Deep fly ball for Brown Critter, trying to seal the season in a good way, and he does. Brown Critter with a homer in this game, is 11th of the year, batting .566. That is a nice way for his season to conclude with a home run to cut the lead here. Petey Pirano will step up in hopes of getting his 18th homer of the season with 2 out. Mario, first pitch down the middle for a strike. He could try to get Petey out here. The 0-1 is off the edge of it. Grabbed by Yellow Toad, and that's the ball game. Mario is going to the SSSL playoffs. convincingly winning this game tonight. Couple of garbage runs there at the end, but they took care of business in Wario City, and they will be in the SSSL playoffs as high as the 3rd seed, but Bowser could still beat Birdo tonight and climb them, but they're guaranteed to likely be the 4 seed or above. They're in the playoffs. Waluigi is not. Final score 11-7 here. Good win for Mario. Very much a confidence win. You wanted to make sure, you didn't want to go in even though they were pretty certain on run differential to make it to the playoffs. You didn't want to go into the playoffs in a critical wild card weekend with a loss, and so good victory for Andrew and his ball club. Meanwhile, for Waluigi, they came close, but they just did not have enough. They put themselves in too deep of a hole, too deep for even Petey Piranha to try to dig them out of. And of course, Brown Critter certainly not without effort in trying to bring his club to the playoffs, but they will end the season 10-12. We head to our second game of the night here. Daisy at the Garden to take on Peach, and what could be a shocking result. If Daisy does not win this game, they are very much under threat of being eliminated after being one of the last undefeated team to start the season. They could be out of the playoff picture after Sunday unless they win next. Welcome back to the SSSL. I'm Alec Rome. Second game of the night out of our 6 in the final week of the season. We have only one more game after this game. It's a short one tonight on Friday, and then we'll be back on Sunday. Special start time, prime time at 7:30 p.m. Central Time for the final 3 tumultuous games of the season. This second game of the night, it has been a tumultuous season for Daisy. They were on top of the mountain in the SSSL for quite some time, and their offense has been among the league's best. But now, all of a sudden, with multiple losses to Waluigi and really trying to think of the other losses that they've had, some, lost to Birdo, but they beat Birdo 15-13. There are losses to DK at some point, getting upset by Yoshi, losing to Birdo, Bowser, losing to Wario twice, of course, in pretty convincing fashion, mind you. And, of course, splitting the season series between Mario and Luigi. And all of a sudden, they're in this spot. On the road, they're just 3-7 on the road this year. And I think that's a big reason why this team has not been able to clinch a playoff spot right now, is all of those road losses. It boggles the mind that this team is now in a negative run differential. They have just let up a few too many runs, and now they put themselves in this position. Before we get to our second game of the night and I start looking at the lineups, I will, of course, bring up the standings for you to look at and remind yourself of at all times. So there you go. Mario is going to be in a playoff spot. They will be the 3 seed unless Bowser can get a victory by more than 6 runs against the best team in the league in our final game of the night. Otherwise, Mario will be the 3 seed. They will take on the 6 seed next weekend. I will announce the dates for the SSSL playoffs Of course, in our Discord is where the most of our community is. We would love to have you there. The link is coming in the chat right now. That's the best way to keep abreast of all of our schedule. And I will post, I promise, hand to God, I'm going to post the schedule on TikTok and on YouTube community page. So you will know when the games, what series they are, who made the playoffs, etc., as the final standings of the season get wrapped up. So I will do it. I've been bad on that this year. I've been focused too much on the videos. Got to do the little post to remind you. People, you like that, I'm sure. So there's your standings. One more look at it. Waluigi getting to 10-12, negative 35 run differential. They're guaranteed, I think, unless Bowser loses a big one to Yoshi. They should be the third pick in next year's draft. So I'll take that away. Let's focus on this game right now. Daisy, one of the best hitting teams in the league overall in the stats. They are only fifth in hitting average, but third in slugging and second in team home runs. But the thing where they have slid, and probably the reason why they're in this predicament, is their ERA. Their pitching has just gone absolutely mental, and not in a good way. Team ERA of 7.88. That is good for second last. Daisy with a 7.36 ERA. Nobody of their starters has an ERA below 7. And that is particularly bad and particularly troublesome in a league where all the scoring is. I mean, the average for the league is somewhere maybe around a 6.2, which is outside the top 15. But that's the average for most of the pitchers. So for a team that I would still call that this good, I still think they're one of the best teams in the league. You can wipe out the record right now. I still think raw talent-wise, they're the best team, if not one of the best teams in the league. So I don't know where this pitching came from, but that's going to be a real problem, especially in multi-game series in the playoffs, assuming that they even make it. Peach Monarchs have beaten some of the top teams in the league, and we'll see what kind of mood they're in today. Will they try to win at home and try to not be the last team in the league, or will they attempt to lose today and try to get the number one pick? Who the hell knows what's going to happen, but we do know that this is the lineup for the Daisy Flowers. It's Blue Dry Bones, who has a 7.94 ERA through 11 games and 27 1/3 innings. He will be pitching. The rest of the lineup is all the same. This team slugs 7.25 and bats 4.79. Of course, Funky Kong is among the hitting crown and MVP voting conversations. Actually, Blue Dry Bones in the hitting crown because he has the league's best average at 744 and has kept that for most of the season. So he got the hitting crown nominee, but Funky Kong the MVP nominee for the sheer amount of RBIs, 56 RBIs he's hit this year. That means that puts him in third behind Bowser at 61 and King K. Rool at 64. You can vote for them, of course, right now and vote for any of the players. Most teams, if not all teams, got a nominee. There's the QR code, and the link is in the chat earlier. I can put it in. Just request it if you'd like. Make sure you vote all this week. Poll closes on July 10th. Now let's take a look at the Peach Monarchs, who, after Jeff having, I think, two pretty solid efforts, if I'm not mistaken, 4 1/3 in the 20th game of the season, only 2 earned runs, 6 allowed. They ended up I think losing that one, probably due to an error. And then in the last game, he had a little bit of a rougher time. However, 5 earned runs on 6 innings pitched. He still got a pretty far distance in a loss to Bowser Jr., so you can't really be too upset by that. But tonight, they're going to pitch the pitcher who has kind of struggled for them all season long. It will be Blue Critter. Blue Critter has been less than impressive on the mound for this team. They really rely on Jeff and then Baby Peach as a closer, and even Peach has struggled as well. Blue Critter with 11.75 ERA. Don't expect him to get through 2 innings. And then Peach with 49 innings pitched has an 8.86 ERA. Part of the reason why they are among the league's worst teams. Those are your 2 teams. Here is your game coming up. 2nd out of 3 tonight. Daisy trying to lock in a playoff spot as well. If they don't win tonight, there's no guarantee that they even make the playoffs after being the last undefeated team in the SSSL. Here we go. It's Blooper to lead us off, as he has pretty much all season long, in what could be the most critical game of the Daisy Flowers season. Good luck to both these teams. Arsonist Mage, other than Bowser, who did Daisy play the last few weeks? We'll check it out next, by the way. Editing a YouTube video while watching. God bless you. That's hard to do. I try to do it when I edit. I do editing as a full-time profession, pretty much, and still have a hard time doing that. Wiggler will lead off after the blooper out with a single to bring up Blue Drybones. But looking at Daisy's recent schedule, they lost to Waluigi 12-6. The previous week they lost to Luigi pretty convincingly 13-3. Lost to Bowser 12-5 the week before. Lost to Wario 12-9. Their last win was against Birdo in a close one, 15-13 in week 17. And that Blue Drybones hit goes off of Jeff. That's an error. And now they got runners on first and second for Funky Kong. Problem is, normally in these spots you think, oh my God, he's going to hit a home run. But we've never seen anybody hit a homer in this ballpark this year. But maybe Funky Kong could be the first one. Here's a high fly ball that would normally be close to a homer. It's a deep fly ball for Peach here with one out. And she's got it in center field. What could have been a homer is instead in this ballpark, a fly out to center. And now Boomerang Bro, who has shared his fair share of homers for the Flowers, steps up. He's had 9 home runs with 28 RBI. He's going to have to maybe go more contact hit, but he goes power this time. Deep section to foul territory. That does get fouled off right near my head. I'm shocked I didn't flinch at that one. The 0-2 is jammed in on the inside of the Boomerang. Easy fielder's choice. And after one, the Daisy Flowers have nothing to show for it. It's going to be Pink Yoshi and the Drybones to step back up, but there's no guarantee. The Drybones have been a little bit suspect lately. In their last game, though, they did recover a little bit, both going 2 for 4. But they had some stretches. Previous game, they both went 1 for 3. The game before that, 0 for 3. So for them, it has been somewhat of a skid. But now they'll have a runner on first here for Green Drybones. He takes strike 1 right down the middle. Green Bay Peyton, they're on a 4-game losing streak, essentially, since week 17. They lost 4 in a row. Line drive, that's a nice, what a hit in between the gap between first and second. That is just perfectly placed by Green Drybones. Up for Journeyman of the Year, if I'm not mistaken, in the end of season awards. Of course, as I said, link is in the description here right now if you'd like to vote for that as well. Ball 1, going to be a bunt here for Drybones to advance the runners. They will. Sack bunt for Drybones. Green Drybone is, yes, he is up for Journeyman of the Year with over 50 hits and a 625 average. And Blue Pianta is also up for Comeback Player of the Year. After having a very bad start, he was able to finish this year with a lot of RBIs, and he could add one here to give them the lead in the bottom of the first, trying to spoil the Flower season. The 1-1 pitch is a high fly ball that might be enough for a sac fly. Pushing through the ice is Wiggler at the center field spot. Pink Yoshi play for home, no throw made, and that's a sac fly to give the Monarchs the lead here against Daisy 1-0. Will this be the place where the Flowers get eliminated? Will the Ice Garden be too cold and frost out the Daisy Flower season that was once so beautiful? Still have plenty of game to figure that out, and Paragoomba hits that down the middle and keeps the inning alive here to bring up Blue Critter. Blue Critter's been very solid for them. This is a high fly ball. It's in center field. Wiggler's underneath this one as well. It wouldn't be a sac fly, and he stays underneath it, even though it was a bit slippery, and luckily keeps this a 1-run game. Danny can't even remember who he picked for that one. Well, luckily, everybody else has a chance to go pick right now. I can remind you, too. I think I can go look and see who you picked. This one's on the ground, easy 6-3 to start off for Red Paratroopa. Let's see, Danny, you picked, if you're okay with me telling, you have to give me permission in the chat. Say yes if you're okay with me reminding you on stream who you picked for Comeback Player of the Year or Journeyman. You let me know. Oh my goodness. I've talked a lot already. God, I'm parched already. Daisy. She's trying to stay talking in this season. She didn't want her team to get eliminated. She will have a single to put 2 on for Ethan. Pardon me, bottom of the order. First pitch taken for a strike. Danny, for Journeyman of the Year, you picked Green Toad for the comeback player. That's a double play to end the inning, too. Wow, Ethan limes into a double play with runners on first and second. Ethan cannot help his Flowers team out at the bottom of the order, and they still don't have a score. It is 1-0 Monarchs, the home team, as we head to the bottom of the second for Jeff here. Again, Daisy Flowers win, and they're in. The Monarchs lose, and they still have a shot at the #1 draft pick. Lined out by Jeff there, quick to first. For comeback player of the year, you picked Petey Piranha, who is also in there. I consider him to be a comeback player of the season because he struggled through the midseason, really did not live up to what his draft pick was, and then finished, of course, now with 17 home runs. 17 home runs on the year. Baby Peach is also up for one of the awards as the best relief pitcher. She lines out there to end the second. Baby Peach has a 4.35 ERA through 19 innings pitched. She had less than 5 starts, so she's in there. Dubin is calling for a Wiggler bomb in the third in Polo Grounds of the SSSL. That's a bold statement, my friend, but I could believe it. I love Wiggler. Wiggler also up for Journeyman of the Year. Journeyman of the Year going to some of the players that did not initially get in the big awards, but shown consistency for their teams doing their job. And Wiggler has certainly been one of those players that just comes in and does his job. And his job, unfortunately, not done there. He ends up flying out to left, trying to get his team to the playoffs. 556 his average is, but he flies out there, cannot find another hit. Would have been his 46th of the year. Blue Dry Bones, best average in the SSSL, will have another hit. Cannot be surprised by that. Runner on first and second here, bringing up Funky Kong for the second time. Fouled off by Funky Kong. 0-1. The 0-1 delivery from Blue Critter, who's still in the game, shockingly, after 2 innings. This is a deep fly ball. It's at the track. It's just not quite deep enough, but is it deep enough for Peach? No, it's not. She's got it at the wall. Unbelievable hustle. But there, Blooper goes for third, and they don't have anybody covering third. Nice steal there by Blooper with nobody covering. And so there's runners on the corners with 2 out. Wow, what a grab by Peach in center, and that is the problem here. It's so hard to see anybody hit it here. Another fly ball for Peach in center, and she's got that one. And the Flowers are being neutralized right now due to the fact they can't hit any homers. They got to focus on their average, and they're only 5th in the league in average. And right now they have no runs. Bottom of the third, it's 1-0 here, Monarchs. Back to the top of the order for them, and Pink Yoshi has another hit. Pink Yoshi now above 23 hits, still only batting about 266 for this side. Baby Peach near bottom of the league at 234 with her average. The 0-1 here for Green Dry Bones, though, is a line drive over the head of Toadette. Most errors in the SSSL as a fielder with 14. Pink Yoshi digging for third and is easily safe. And with nobody out, the Monarchs have runners on the corners for Dry Bones, who has 16 RBI. Will he add more? 17, he will. Past Toadette at short, 2-0 Monarchs. With Daisy's season on the line, will they have any chance of making the playoffs still? Blue Dry Bones getting tired. It's not been a terrible effort for him, but he needs to get some outs right now. Blue Pianta is in here for the Monarchs. The 0-1 is a deep fly ball to the wall. Look at how far this one got. And it's going to get down. Blue Pianta is going to bring one home here. And the ice freezing Ethan in left field. And that's a double to bring 2 home for Blue Pianta. And he almost had the first homer in this ballpark. My God, what a drive. Blue Pianta immediately doubling the lead for the Monarchs. It's now 4-0. Bowser fan Arceus Mage saying, okay, this is getting real now. It is real. They could be out. Daisy's got to step in here and deliver the performance of her season. With nobody out still, it is Paragoomba who takes strike 1. If they lose this game by 4, they'll still be ahead of DK in the run differential conversation, but DK could pass them with a victory right now if the result holds. Down the middle, this inning's not over. My goodness. Miguel earlier asking when we plan on starting next season. I expect next season to start potentially late September, early October. You got to give us a little bit of time to do maybe some NCAA football, some other content projects. I want to give there be a little bit of time, but I feel like right around the World Series and playoff time for the MLB is a good time to start season 2. Blue Pianta gets home on a sac fly, 5-0 Monarchs. Can you believe this? The Monarchs are going to win another game against one of the top 6 teams in the league. If they can hold on here, but the Daisy Flowers have had a couple 6-run comebacks, finally a double play to end the inning. But they let up 4 and only have 4 more innings in what could be their final game of the season. Will Red Paratroopa step up here and help get him started here in the 4th? Past Paragoomba, as I've said, not a great hitter overall this year. Pardon me. Not a great second baseman. That's past Blue Pianta, and here we go. Best opportunity here that the Flowers have had with nobody out, but Ethan ended up lining into a double play in a similar situation. Daisy's going to line into one here. No, it won't be a triple, but man, oh man, got to have a little bit of patience here. They need Ethan to get something big here, but it's grabbed by Jeff, and just like that, that opportunity, could it be one of their final opportunities? They still have time, but they lose another one. No runs in 4 innings for the Flowers. It is 5-0 still. This is unbelievable stuff we're seeing right now. I am shocked at the effort right now, but the long ball has been robbed too much, and Wiggler covering some ground there nicely against Peach's good dinger there for the first out here in the bottom of the 4th. Monarchs 5-0 lead. Another easy one. Could be a nice 1-2-3 inning. You got to be worried about Daisy making it to the end of the game, and this is exactly the type of inning they needed. Pink Yoshi down the middle, though, will keep the inning alive, and it's tough because it does bring back up Green Dry Bones, and the Dry Bones have been on top of it in this game. Strike 1 here on Green Dry Bones. Need to get him out. That one's on the ground. He is unable to help him out here. A rare ground out for Green Dry Bones. Hitting over 600, and they have a scoreless inning. Can they build off of that with their top of the order with Wiggler, Blooper, and Blue Dry Bones? Blue Dry Bones being up is a nice relief, but you cannot afford for him to make a mistake. By the way, folks, Blue Critter putting up one of his best performances of the year as an 11-1 ERA, and right now his defense is certainly helping him out. And I think the fact that they're in this ballpark, Blue Critter has never put up a performance of this magnitude in this important of a game. Wiggler does get that one down in front of Peach. MTL Mountie on Twitch said, what did I miss? Well, so far you missed Mario clinching their playoff spot 11-7. But right now, we could be seeing the end of Daisy's season. Deep fly ball by Blue Dry Bones. That's a wall. Pink Yoshi's hustling. Doesn't get there. That's going to be a double for Blue Dry Bones, and Wiggler gets to third. Almost another one. Neither of these teams have been able to hit a homer in this ballpark. Funky Kong flew out, but this is a great opportunity for them. Strike 1 on him with runners on second and third. They have a chance here. The 0-1 delivery is on the ground. Can't be double. What is he doing? Got to get back to second. Wiggler didn't run there. I don't know why Blue Dry Bones thought he could run, but now they have 2 outs. That's an easy ground out for Funky Kong of all people. The 0-1 for Boomerang Bro, and one of the biggest spots of his season is fouled off. Down 0-2 to Blue Critter, who's put in so far 4 shutout innings, and he strikes him out. Unbelievable for Blue Critter. For the Peach Monarchs, strikes out Boomerang Bro. And it's still 5-0. Could this be the tolling bell on the Flower season? Unreal strikeout. Deep fly ball. That one's not as deep as I thought. Ethan's got that in left. Blue Critter's first strikeout of the season, folks. I cannot stress this enough. 11.75 ERA. Averages only 2 innings per visit. I think his longest is 4 1/3, and right now he's got 5 shutout innings going right now. Here's a big ball from Blue Pianta again. That's going to get to the track. That one getting off the back of the wall for Wiggler. It's at least going to be 2, a double for Blue Pianta. Can you believe this? With 19 people in here right now watching the first part of our final game week, the second part coming up on Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Central. 0-1 for Paragoomba on the ground. Blue Drybones can't get it, and they still have 2 on. Oh my goodness. Next one says, Peach, you're absolutely done after that. Blue Critter now steps up. Fire at the Taco Bell. What are we talking about here? Line drive that gets grabbed by Ethan. Huge grab by Ethan there, folks. Gotta say that. That could have been bad. Now Jeff is up, who's had a little bit of trouble so far in this game. Takes strike 1 against Daisy. I would love to see Daisy use one of her 5 star pitches here. But that's on the ground. Blue Drybones grabbing it and luckily able to keep the score the same. But the problem is they only have 6 outs to go, and this part of the order has struggled when it comes to getting men on base home. That's it for Blue Critter. An immaculate performance from him. Peach, though, has got to follow it up with a similar performance. 5 scoreless innings for Blue Critter and 1 strikeout. That one's on the ground. It's going to be a 6-3. Miguel felt like there's going to be a home run. Boy, I tell you what, we've had 4 or 5 balls that certainly look like they were home run material in this ballpark. It looked close, man. It really did. And of course, you never know, it could go off of somebody's knocking it over the wall. Peach is down 2-0 here to Toadette. Heart ball here. That's contacted nicely by Toadette. That's got to get in the gap, but unfortunately, they closed the gap on that one quickly, and Blue Critter's got it. Oh, boy. Daisy now with 2 out. This one should get down. Yes, it's past Pink Yoshi. Daisy at least with a double here. How about a triple? Daisy with a triple, trying to keep her team's season alive. We'll bring up Ethan in a 5-0 game. They've had nothing to show for it today. Can they find something now? They don't. They don't. Ethan grounds out once again. And they only have 1 inning to go with their season potentially on the line. They could drop to 11-11, 500, and be completely subject to the wind and the change in this league. Can Daisy keep them in this situation heading into the 7th? That's all she can do is just no more runs. Peach does get a single. It's Baby Peach now. Again, the Peach Monarchs have absolutely nothing to play for besides the first pick, but they sure as hell don't look like they're playing for the first pick. Toadette with another error because of the foul ball. But Peach there is safe at second, and Toadette, unfortunately, her 15th error of the year. That one not really her fault because of the foul ball, but she really didn't get underneath that. That should have been an out because of Daisy's pitch. And now, with their season on the line and nobody out, it's Pink Yoshi. Here's another one of these. Can she get Pink Yoshi to swing? She will. That is an infield fly. Doesn't matter if Toadette gets it or not. And Ethan hustles up to it. Toadette actually doing the right thing there and letting it drop because it was a guaranteed out no matter what. Boomerang Bro stepping in here. I don't know why Daisy's getting pulled here. I gotta be honest. Might as well just let her throw. But Boomerang Bro maybe trying to get warm in the event that they need to go to extras. That one is just foul for Green Drybones, who grounded out in the last inning. 0-1. Another deep fly ball from Green Drybones is at the track, at the wall. It's going to get down for Green Drybones and add to the lead 6-0. Double for him. What a hit. Miguel saying, oh my God, can't believe this. Chad cannot believe what's going on. A 5-0 team, the last undefeated team in the league, is in threat of being eliminated. Baby Peach at the plate is safe. 7-0. This is unbelievable. And now, Because of the 7-run difference, DK could win tomorrow and pass him. Win on Sunday and pass him. Strike 2 here on Blue Pianta. Gotta get him out of here. The 0-2 delivery is lined over the head of Blue Dry Bones. Oh, man. The play for the plate. Wiggler trying to save the season. He's out. Got him. Wiggler, what a throw. Great defense there by those two. That duo has been quite a duo this year. And got him at the plate to try and salvage a run. This team has come back from multiple 6-run deficits, but never a 7. Boy, oh boy, Paragoomba trying to see if he can add to it. Loads the bases for Blue Critter. And Caden saying this is the exact situation the rookies needed. She's the last hope they had left. Line drive into left field. Grabbed by Ethan. Candidate for Fielder of the Year. The Gold Glove. Maybe could that be what saves their season? But goddamn, they need a lot of help. They need everybody. All hands on deck here in the final inning, top of the 7th. Against Peach. CJ saying, did I just tune in to see the Flowers absolutely sell a season? Down the middle, past Jeff, and Blooper has an opening single here. With the season on the line, that ball almost wild. And instead, Blooper just staying at first. Here is Wiggler. You need to be focusing on contact hits. You don't need to go deep. You can't go deep in this ballpark. That one gets down. Great hit from Wiggler. That's going to get past them. And Blooper to third. And here you go with nobody out. It's going to bring up Blue Dry Bones, who has been so good today at getting hits and so good all season long. Best average hitter in the league. He is going to get this past Jeff. The Wiggler doesn't run. Run, Wiggler. He's out. Could be a double play. No, he's saving the plate. But Wiggler, shockingly one of the best runners in the league, fastest runners in the league, is caught out at second. Now, Funky Kong, who has struggled today, flown out and lined out. Needs a big hit. Can he find one here? Line drive, double play! Double play! Just like that! And could that be the end of the Flower season? Into the glove of Blue Pianta right there. Funky Kong, their best player all year long, might have just had the final at-bat of the Flower season. Peach Monarchs win, even though they didn't need to. Final score, 7-1. Shocking. Next for saying it's giving 2023 Philadelphia Eagles. Oh my goodness, folks. With 4 games left to go in the season for all teams, the Daisy Flowers might have just screwed themselves out of getting to the playoffs. Here are your standings. I know that everybody's going to want to look at what they look like after that game. Daisy now is at a -8 run differential in the final playoff spot. If Luigi loses tomorrow, here's the deal. So Daisy now needs, preferably, Luigi to win on Sunday. Both these games are going to be on Sunday, folks. That's why you got to tune in. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Sunday, 7:30 p.m. Central Time for the final 3 games, including some of the critical ones that will determine the Flowers season. The Flowers now -8. You can see there, if DK wins, they're guaranteed to hop Daisy, which would mean Daisy would need a team to drop them below. Okay? And so they would need a team to drop below. That would likely have to be the Luigi Knights. Problem being is Luigi Knights have to play Diddy. And if Diddy were to beat them, they would hop both of them. And Diddy would now be in the playoffs after what could have been, what looked like, a blow up of every proportions for Diddy. It looked like Diddy now might have a shot. They need Diddy and DK to lose on Sunday. Otherwise, the Flowers will shockingly be out of the SSSL playoff hunt and out of the playoffs. And you cannot not say that it's down to their pitching. They let up 7 tonight. Their pitching has been bad in the last half of the season. All the offense has been unable to make up for one of the league's worst team ERAs and hits. Unbelievable that we're seeing this right now, folks. Well, stew on that. You're going to have to put that on the back burner because we'll see all of the decisions being made on Sunday. But we have one more game tonight. It is Birdo at Bowser at the castle. If Bowser can win by 6 or more, they have to win by 7 against Mario, then they would make the third spot. But of course, they have to play the Birdo Bows, one of the toughest teams with a 100 run differential on the year. So that is a tough ask, but we'll see. They can do it when we play our final game of the night, coming on right back here next. Well, folks, welcome back to the SSSL final game of our first part of the final regular season week. I'm parched. I'm shocked. I cannot believe that we just saw the Peach Monarchs beat the Daisy Flowers. Of course, at home, it's where they've had a lot of success, and now the Daisy Flowers could finish their season with a 3-8 away record. That is just brutal. There's no two ways about it. That is a brutal way to end their season. Monarchs getting victories at home this year against DK, Bowser, Wario, Mario, Daisy, and Luigi, helping them get to a 6-5 home record to end the year. I cannot believe that, folks. Really is just a bit surprising that happened. But now Daisy must sit and wait see all the crazy stuff that's going to happen on Sunday, and you will too. But let's play this one here. Let's take a look at the Birdo Bows. Of course, King K. Rool unable to take the hitting crown likely tonight against Bowser unless he has something like a 6 home run game, and Bowser does not. But King K. Rool has the only 5 home run game in league history, so hey, maybe he can get close. It'll be interesting. Arceus Bangs saying, hey, good luck, good game. I'll see you in hell, you tube sock with a ribbon. Okay. Interesting. All right. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at the lineups. Birdo's pitching again tonight. Birdo has recovered. She was outside of the top 15 in ERA for a little bit there. They had some tough games and some tough losses to teams and really just some not good stretches, but now is in the 8th spot with a 4.34 ERA through 71, and now a 4th best whip in the league with a 1.75. Of course, the best in the league still being Toadsworth at a 1.48. That's walks, hits, over innings pitched. So only allowing about nearly 2, but about 1 3/4 hits per inning in the SSSL, which of course is a pretty decent stat. Then, of course, Red Magic Koopa will likely come in a relief effort, but maybe Birdo can get all the way. She did have a complete game not too long ago in game week. In the last game week, actually, funny enough, she had a complete game in a victory. No earned runs. No earned runs. And no runs, period, in the shutout last week in game week 21 of Wario 6-0. So we'll see if she can follow it up and do the same thing here. Now for Bowser, it's going to be Boomerang Bro. Boomerang Bro, overall on his season as a starter, 632 through 34 and a third. Bowser with a 4.55. Expect him to come in. And we will see, of course, if Monty Mole at any point gets put in as a relief pitcher. 317 through 17 and 2/3. He is up for both Comeback Player of the Year and Least Valuable Player because he's among the league's top in errors there at short. Final game. Come right back at the end of this. Don't go anywhere before you leave. We'll show you the live standings, and we will remind you of the games and maybe even talk about what are the possibilities. I know Green Bay Peyton was talking that Daisy needs a DK loss for sure. And then that run differential thing is really interesting because Luigi and Diddy play each other. I don't know what kind of result that they would be looking for. I think they want Luigi to win for sure. I think they need both DK and Diddy to lose on Sunday. But let's focus on the game in front of us right now. Bowser leads off in the away spot against Birdo. Of course, one of the best teams, the best team in the league. Here we go. Good luck to both teams and good luck to Tristan. Play ball here in Bowser Castle. Final game on Friday. Thanks so much, everybody. We had a great viewership number tonight. Bowser looking for his 31st of the year. Deep fly ball to left field at the wall. It is, just foul. I'm sure he'll get his 31st in this game. Another one going deep, but foul. Even more foul than the last one. Miguel Martinez predicting a home run derby. This one's more of a contact hit, though, and Birdo impressively able to get out Bowser. Fouled a couple off that first one, though. Tell you what, that looked mighty close for his 31st. Now it's Tristan here. That one's on the ground, and that's a grab and a turn, and got him for the second out. Two outs down now for Blue Toad. Blue Toad. This is another deep fly ball. That one has a chance. Will it stay fair? That one does stay fair. I don't know how it did, but I got to feel like that evens it up for what was a close first one for Bowser there. Homer, but it didn't even land on the right side. There's no foul pole there, but I think if the foul pole had been there, that would have been fair. So 1-0, good homer from Blue Toad to take the lead. That definitely was a homer on the replay, folks. Now Blue Critter with a drive. That one gets off a King Bomb, and it's fair. King Bomb getting in the way of that hit and keeping the inning alive here for Bowser. We've seen that only twice this year. For Blue Toad, by the way, that was his first home run. First home run as a Bowser monster. Impressive stuff, and look at how things have turned here. They've got runners on first and second with 2 out. Not done in this one yet, and Boomerang Bro has had a grand slam in this ballpark and 7 home runs on the year. Fouled off here. 0-1 on Boomerang Bro. Here's the delivery. That one is contacted. Oh, it's past Red Magic Koopa. Big time miss from Red Magic Koopa. Loads the bases. Caden saying collusion! Exclamation point. Well, they are maybe colluding. Maybe they wanted to get Monty Mole up here. Collusion from King Bob-omb. Here's the first pitch against Monty Mole. Swing and a miss, strike 1. We do not have a left on base category, but Monty Mole has left about 38 runners on base this year on the ground. Grab by Green Critter, and he's going to strand 3 more thanks to that. Or at least 2 more there, technically, thanks to that. 1-0, though. The solo shot from Blue Toad was the only run. Now it's going to be Dark Bones here. Again, best slugging team in the league at 794, but Bowser, of course, I believe in second at 724. Dark Bones has had a very solid season after joining the Birdo Bows at the trade deadline. Yes, Bowser Monsters are second in slugging, so that's why we expect this one to be quite the home run derby. Here's another deep drive by Green Critter. At the wall, could be a green shell here, no bomb, but he's able to grab that luckily, and that's a nice grab. Despite all of it. Hell yeah, Monty, we love to see it, says Caden. And Caden, of course, is wanting to see Bowser get beat just for the hell of it, you know? Dark Bones close there, and King K. Rool, who stepped up, who has 24 homers, does not have one here, but a nice contact single for him. We'll bring up Red Critter, who has also had his share of great homers this year. 17 Red Critter has. Line drive, double play, though, will end the inning, and they have no runs here after one. It is 1-0. Blue Shy Guy due up to start, and Bowser will get another crack at getting a shot at a homer and getting to 31. Doesn't look like King K. Rool or anybody will get past 30. King K. Rool is the league's only other try to get past 30, so Bowser will win the home run race this year. The 0-1 swing and a miss, now 0-2 down on Blue Shy Guy. Here's the 0-2 pitch, line drive, grabbed by Green Critter for the first out. They're short. Looking overall, I mean, I did not nominate Red Critter or Green Critter for awards. I tried to be, I tried to include everybody else. I felt like us getting the #1 seed was more than enough. King K. Rool, of course, you could not nominate him for anything, but Red Critter, 580, 17 home runs, 44 RBIs, and over 51 hits. And Green Critter tied with King K. Rool coming into this game with 60 hits. Hard to argue that that might not be a snub, although it was a snub of my own design. I snubbed my own player for the good of the league. Runners on first and third here. Bowser's able to get a single that advances Red Magic Koopa. Now Tristan here with a line drive to center. Grabbed. Now play for the plate. Red Magic Koopa cannot get the other Red Magic Koopa out, so that's a sac fly. And Miguel saying it's hilarious. Toad is the only homer in this game so far with a game with the top 2 home run hitters. I know it's silly this game is sometimes. That's how random it is. And maybe Blue Toad will have a shot at his second home run of the year as a Bowser monster. It won't be, but he's going to add another single, 2 for 2. Runners on first and second. Inning is not over here yet, folks. It's going to bring up Blue Critter, top of the second. Monsters enjoying a 2-0 lead right now. Line drive, past Green Critter. That's going to be enough to get Bowser home. That is a double for Blue Critter here. Great double. 3-0 Monsters with 2 out. So far, good start here for the Bowser Monsters, trying to put up a victory against the #1 seed. Mounty's saying I was keeping it humble. I mean, I got to tout my team. I have to be a fan of my team, but I also have to respect that there's been a lot of great players in the league, and I think that, us locking up the #1 seed was plenty. Pass Green Critter, 4-0 here. Monsters on a 2-out rally are continuing to find hits. They've been both blown out at this ballpark and been the ones blowing the game away. Birdo getting tired here now in just the second inning. This has been a bit of a rough inning for her. Can she get Boomerang Bro out here? On the ground, down the middle, 5-0 here. Unless Boomerang Bro doesn't get there, he does, and it's 5-0. Birdo might be done. She is. And Red Magic Koopa will have to come in and put together a nice effort. Although I think Birdo could have easily tried to get Monty Mole out another time. This one's on the ground. Birdo's there, and Monty Mole will be safe, but could tag the guy. Oh, there's no thing. Where's the call, Lakitu? What's the call? No safe call? He's at the bag. No call by Lakitu. We didn't even know if it was safe or out. We're going to assume it's safe. What the hell is that? 1-1 on Blue Shy Guy with the bases loaded. I mean, there's literally no call. He didn't say safe or out, and Blue Shy Guy with a drive that goes foul, almost with a grand slam. This is ridiculous, Lakitu. The 1-2 delivery. Star swing off of Green Critter. And it's now going to be more than 7-0. What am I doing? Oh my God, we're going to have another one of those innings this year. 7-0. What the fuck was I doing out there? Change the pitcher. Oh, this is over, folks. I know my team. We're fucked. Monsters. What is going on? But he's at the bag. I mean, what? Once again, Lakitu has it out for the Birdo Bows. It was the fucking glitch home run that cost us the game against Daisy. I mean, it's just ridiculous. 2-1. Red Shy Guy's going to let up another one now. That's all on Red Shy Guy. Blue Shy Guy going for home. 8-0. Close play at the plate. He's going to be fucking safe. It's 9-0. We've let up another 8-run inning. Golly, guys. And now here's Bowser looking for his 31st. Red Shy Guy with a star pitch. Take strike one. This is just ridiculous. I mean, he knows it's not an important game, but whatever. Line drive, hot one. That one's going to get off the wall. That's a single for Bowser here. No home run for him as well. Shockingly, he was close. I don't know what I was doing out there, guys. I don't know what I was doing next to him. I have no clue. Line drive, finally. Oh, my God, we get out of the inning. But instead, we allow 8 runs. Another one of these messy innings, this time on the road. We let up 9 in the opening inning to Peach, and we couldn't come back from that. That was in Week 14, which those highlights are coming up tomorrow on my YouTube channel at Alec Rowe. Of course, make sure you hit the notification bell, hit the subscribe button. You'll be able to get the, be able to watch that and be one of the first subscribers to watch that. Over 200 subscribers, by the way, on YouTube. Thank you, everybody. I had 30 when this series started, and now I have 170 more, over 200. So I really appreciate that. 5-4-3 double play for the Bows here. We are, damn it. 9-0, bottom of the second. It's fine. We're number 1 seed. It's no big deal. It's okay. Line drive, we're going to have home field advantage through the playoffs. Berto's going to have a potential double here. Just a single. Is she going to run, maybe? Would you like to? Nope. All right, she's just going to stay there. Just a single. Just a single for Berto. The umps have it out for the number 1 team in the league. It's also owned by the commissioner. Starting to sound like the Chiefs fan. A very fair point, Caden. Thank you. Thank you for putting it, putting it in perspective. But, we could have had 16 wins, right? Instead of what we have. We can still get 16 wins, but we're in a little bit of trouble right now. We got runners on first and second for Red Magic Koopa, and this is a high fly ball for him. It's going to be near the wall for Blue Toe with 2 out. They're still running. That one, though, is easily grabbed by Blue Toad. Strands 2, and we head to the third. Monsters very much in control. 9-0 after that absolute mess of an inning. It's Red Shy Guy in here now, and I don't expect it to get any better. Not going to help our ERA, our team ERA. That was at a 5.23. That one's down the middle for Blue Toe to lead off. He's now 3 for 3. Red Shy Guy this year, 3 games pitched in, 4.67 with 4 earned runs. That's a 6 ERA. Can he keep it together? Steal here for Blue Toad. Throw there is safe. He's safe at second. King K. Rool can't get him in time. 0-1, nice steal for Blue Toe. And now a high fly ball from Blue Critter is going to get near the wall. We got to start hustling, guys. It gets grabbed by Dark Bones. Nicely good grab by him to keep it there. 9-0 Monsters, top of the third. With a runner on second for Blue Magic Koopa. Red Shy Guy in there trying to, I don't know what he's going to do in this game, but hopefully just not make more of a mess of it than we already did. Danny saying steal, question mark? Yes, there's a steal. I couldn't believe it. The 0-2 for Red Shy Guy. Over the plate. Line drive. Grab by Green Critter. Double play. Call it good. No runs finally in the third for the Berto Bows defense. We head to the bottom, and now they get the top of their order back up again to try and cut the lead. 6 runs once again remains the largest comeback in league history. 9 has been close. We almost came back against Peach, but it was not enough. Line drive here. That's over the head of Monty Mole. Hard for him to get that one. Dark Bones leads off with a single. Final game of the night here at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. We'll be back on 7:30 p.m. Central Time on Sunday for the final 3 games. And you know those will be important. You do not want to miss it. So important to the entire playoff race after what happened with Daisy tonight. Of course, Bowser Jr. still has an outside shot. I labeled them as probably eliminated, but not quite. And King K. Rool, King Bob-omb. Oh, that gets off there, but he's an out. Oh, my God. I mean, we can't even get a good break. King Bob-omb stood there, tried to help us, screened, boo item off Blue Magic Koopa, and Tristan was still there. Now a pop fly. That gets down, though. Red Critter is going to have a double here. Dark Bones is going to finally get home, and this is not going to be a shutout here. Double from Red Critter thanks to another boo item, 9-1. But once again, our best part of the order cannot find anything more than 1 run. Blue Magic Koopa getting that into the cutoff, but whew, man, we're having a little bit of a rough time. That was a good grab, though, by Tristan. Got to give him some credit being there. I'm up now, who let up a couple runs myself, but I have 4 home runs on the year. This is a line drive to the track. It's over the head of Tristan. That'll be another RBI for me, and make it 9-2. I've been pretty surprised with how me has been playing. 489 I've been hitting. 4 home runs, 16 RBI. I was definitely not hitting that earlier in the season. Tristan is the second best hitting me. Eli dropping a little bit on his average to third, I think. And Mitch as well, 2 home runs, batting .458. Line drive here, grabbed by Red Magic Koopa. Can't add anything more, but they get 2 back here in the third. Arsis Mage saying, Bob-omb knows goddamn well what side of his bread is buttered. We got 2. 9-2 here. Top of the 4th for the Monsters. Red Shy Guy still in here for the Bows on the mound. Final game of the night. Strike 1 on Boomerang Bro. Thanks, everybody, for showing up tonight. I know the games might not have been as important, but it sets the stage. You know, it sets the stage for what should be an insane season finale Sunday. Rayan on Twitch saying hello, and hello to you. Line drive, grabbed by Green Critter. 0 for 3 today is Monty Mole. That's going to be it here for Red Shy Guy. Really not too bad of an effort from him. King K. Rool stepping in, I think, for only the 3rd time this year. But Red Shy Guy really did help transition the team a little bit more here. Line drive here for Blue Shy Guy on the first at-bat for King K. Rool. Is an out. King K. Rool with 4.5 ERA through 4 and 6/7 innings, so 4 2/3. And nothing once again here for the Monsters. And the Bows are going to have a try here. That's going to be it for Boomerang Bro. Only 2 allowed through 3 innings, and Bowser will step in to try and get him the rest of the way. Here's Birdo on the first pitch strike. 20 people in here right now watching the final game of the night. Make sure you subscribe, like, whatever you need to do. We'll be back on Twitch and YouTube Sunday, 7:30 p.m. Central Time for the season finale. And trust me, you will not want to miss it. We have absolutely no idea still what the final couple of teams will be in the playoffs. Bowser's pretty much solidified themselves to make the playoffs. 6-4-3 double play by this defense, grounded into by Gray Shy Guy, will bring up Red Magic Koopa with 2 out. That one gets in the gap past Monty Mole as well. And now they're back up to the top of the order here in the 4th with Dark Bones. Dark Bones trying to find something here. He puts a nice swing to this one. That gets past Red Magic Koopa. The other Red Magic Koopa is going to go to 3rd. That is going to be a double here for Dark Bones to bring up Green Critter with 2 out. Now, this section of the order is not as flashy as they have been, but maybe it's Green Critter's time. Bullet Bill here coming from Bowser. Swung and missed on for strike 1. This one's a line drive. It's grabbed by Red Magic Koopa, and Green Critter stranding 2. Strangely, and Arsis Mage did say this does have some implications, not for the teams involved. The Monsters would tie with Mara and potentially push them into the 4 slot, which murders Daisy's chances of making it back. I think I have, I don't know if I'll put it in the rules or not. I think I'll look at runs 4 between those 2 so we can get to the next stage. If there had been a situation where we needed, I initially said that run differential is the 2nd tiebreaker. The 3rd tiebreaker is a playoff game. However, I'm not going to be too picky about it. I was going to initially say runs 4, and because both those teams would have made the playoffs and there's no real difference between 3 or 4, I'm not going to make them do a playoff game. But if, for example, if there was a team that would get a bye and one team that would not, or one team that make the playoffs and one team would not, we would not go by that. We would go by a playoff game. Line drive, double play for a side that has turned the most triple plays as a team. I think next to Bowser Jr.'s team, and that's 2 out. King K. Rool not too bad here, keeping Bowser in check as well. That one's going to get down, and we got 2 out here. Does not impact Daisy. No, it does not. It's just about Bowser getting the 3. Yep, nothing to do with Daisy at this point. Because both him and Mario are going to be, if this result holds, they'll both be 12 and 10. Completely irrelevant for Daisy. Nice turn, 6-3 in deep short by Green Critter to hold them once again. King K. Rool, surprisingly, with a not bad little stint on the mound as well. He's not really known for being an amazing pitcher, And he's really known for hitting homers. But he has not had a homer in this game, and neither has the 30 home run king, Bowser. And so in the bottom of the fifth, down 7, can he provide a homer in this game? No, he will not. It's just going to be a routine single. If he can get to first, he does. And so we've got nobody out for Red Critter. High fly ball for Red Critter. Kick bomb as there's pow, there's fire, there's a lot of stuff. And it's all, oh, I was off the head of Toad, but instead he's able to get it together. 10-4, thought Mario having it in 4 would make it hard to break some pow. And this is going to be a 1-6-3 by me, and we screw another opportunity to beat Bowser here. We had a couple on there with nobody out, and instead we screw it and make it 9-2 still as we head into the championship innings, the 6th inning here for the Bowser Monsters, and King K. Rool is still on the mound here. Strike 1 on Blue Magic Koopa. With 20 of you watching, thanks so much. A great number tonight between both YouTube and Twitch. I really appreciate everybody for showing up. I really do. For this final game week of the season. Line drive grab by Green Critter. Of course, final game day is Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Make sure you hit all the things. I'll remind you. I'll find ways to remind you. YouTube, community tab, all that sort of stuff. I'll post it in the Sluggers Fan Club Discord. I'll put it everywhere so that you don't forget to tune in prime time. Fly out there by Boomerang Bro for the second. Again, top of the 6th, Monty Mole stepping up here in a 9-2 game. That 8-run inning in the second that was a bit monstrous for the Bows is the difference. And Monty Mole only getting on base because of some fire, not because he hit it in the gap. Blue Shy Guy is stepping on. It's an error for Birdo, by the way. Line drive here for Blue Shy Guy. It's down, and they still have 2 on here. Hold on, it's not over. Red Magic Koopa could step up and bring up Bowser, and he would have a chance to get past 30 if Red Magic Koopa keeps the inning alive. The 0-1 delivery. Line drive. Grab by Birdo, though, and Bowser will not have a try, at least not yet. He'll have a try in the 7th, but first we go with the Shy Guys and Birdo. Down 7, trying to steal a win. They need a lot of help, and they really have not taken any advantage of their opportunities today with their 2, 3, 4 guys on the mound, or at the box, at the batter's box, at the plate, whatever other baseball terminology I could say. Ground out for Red Shy Guy. Oh, brother. I mean, this is just... Birdo's got to do something for us. No home runs for the Birdo Bows in this game. 1 home run total from Blue Toad, and we're talking about some of the biggest home run hitting teams in the league. Birdo, once again, ball goes to deep center, and she just doesn't run, but it's fine. You know, I'd love her to have been in scoring position for Gray Shy Guy here, but Gray Shy Guy, for the 2nd time in this game, will... Oh, he just gets to first in time. And so, Red Magic Koopa now with 2 out. High fly ball for Red Magic Koopa. Will King Bomb come by? Of course he won't. And it's grabbed by Blue Magic Koopa. We head to the 7th, 9-2 game. The Monsters very much in control. If you just take out the first 2 innings, the Birdos Bows have the lead, but we sure as hell know that's not how baseball works. My team's down, 9-2. Here's Bowser trying to get his 31st against the man who was chasing him all year long. He's not going to get it, but he will have a single here. So once again, shockingly, no home runs between those 2. Only Blue Toad, with his first home run of the year for the Bowser Monsters, is the only ball that went over the fence today. Tried to go for the double play, just gets the line drive, and another try to get it here as Tristan lines out. It should be Blue Toad up next. Maybe Blue Toad will hit his 2nd home run of the year. 9-2, top of the 7th. Final game of the night. Make sure you come on back on Sunday, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. That's the easy 6-4-3 double play. And the Bows will have one more try to try and complete the biggest comeback in league history. And they have their top of the order, as they have all season long, although they have struggled today to make anything of it. Bowser has had a good stretch against these guys. No earned run so far. Strike 1 on Dark Bones. The 0-1 delivered. Above Money Mole in the gap. Another nice hit for Dark Bones today. Think he might be 3 for 4. Really the bright spot of what has been a bit of a rough day for the Bows. But here's a ball that's hit by Green Critter. Passed. No, it's grabbed by Blue Toad. Couldn't get it over his head. Good grab by Blue Toad. And so now here's King K. Rool trying to find something deep, but Bowser says, no, I'm going to use a bullet bill and guarantee the strike. Maybe he'll do all three, but he only has one left here, as you can see. The one is another contact hit. And King K. Rool, but what is Dark Bones doing? Ooh. Okay, we're all right. King K. Rool with a hit here. Now Red Critter. 9-2, bottom of the 7th. Excuse me. Bo's still the number 1 seed regardless. High fly ball for Red Critter going foul. The 0-2 from Bowser is contacted, gets down, and Dark Bones trying to go for home for no goddamn reason, and he's caught out. Why do you do this? Why do you do this? They're down to the last out. Tristan's likely going to get the victory here and guarantee their playoff spot, which was pretty much already safe to begin with. The 0-1, that one's going to get down and keeps the bases loaded here. And King K. Rool, why are we going home? He's out, and it's over. 9-2 the final score because we got some greedy-ass motherfuckers on the base path that don't know how to run. Sit. Good game, Tristan. You took care of business with that 8-run second inning. Bowser Monsters are going to the playoffs of the SSSL. Golly, guys. I mean, what the fuck? What was that? Just one of those losses that doesn't make me feel too good, but hopefully our home field advantage in the semifinals will be enough for us to get the job done. But that was brutal, to say the least. Brutal. Did not like to see that out of that team, and another 8-run inning. I don't know why those guys ran. I don't get it. But, folks, let's put in that last result. And it is going to matter, okay? It is going to matter. I'll put in that last result. It's a 2-9 victory for the Bowser Monsters. And one more time tonight before we see you on Sunday, 7:30 p.m. Central, twitch.tv/AlecRomeGames, at AlecRome on YouTube. Here are the standings. So, right there, again, not eliminated yet is Bowser Jr. And, of course, Diddy and DK will be able to play on Sunday for a chance to make the playoffs. If DK can win by a larger margin than Diddy, Diddy will be eliminated. If Diddy wins by a larger margin than DK, or wins, period, they'll be eliminated. So it all comes down to those final couple of games on Sunday. Meanwhile, Berto finishes the season at 15-7, still with the 93-run differential, but it shows you how hard it is to win consistently in the league, only able to get to 15 wins. Then Bowser getting to 12-10 as well. Luigi needing to beat Diddy. They're winning, they're in. Otherwise, they could lose. And if it's a big one, I mean, we're still talking about Luigi potentially getting knocked out if DK can get a big victory against Wario. So nothing is for sure here, folks. Of course, down the line, we know the Waluigi eliminated for sure. We knew that coming into tonight. But then again, even if Bowser Jr. can pull themselves off a big victory and potentially, they really can't pass Daisy because Daisy swept them. There really is just no way besides a big victory for the Bowser Jr. rookies against Yoshi in the opening game on Sunday. So 3 games left in the SSSL season. Then next weekend will be the wild card playoff. We'll have 3-game series, best of 3, to see who moves to the semifinals the following weekend. And, of course, then August 4th, the World Series on Sunday of the SSSL Season 1. Until then, everybody who showed up, Miguel, Arson's Mage, there's so many people here tonight, almost 20 of you at peak between Twitch and YouTube. I say thank you very much for joining us. And why would you not join us on Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Central Time for what should be an exhilarating finish to the regular season? Until then, I'm Alec Rome saying thank you so much for watching, and we will see you on Sunday.